Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be talking about Blackberry, and this is the next AMC. So let's get into it. Let's take a look at the charts. As you can see here, for the charts, we have AMC on the left and Blackberry on the right. For AMC, you can see AMC has a market cap of about 27.62 billion, while Blackberry, it's a lot smaller than AMC, has a market cap of 8.93 billion. So AMC is a little more than 3 times the size of BlackBerry, so just one thing to keep in mind. Let's see. For the 52-week highs, you can compare AMC's high at 72.62, which they hit recently, maybe in the past week or two, and they had also a low of $1.91. And you compare that to BlackBerry's 52-week high of $28.77 to its 52-week low of $4.37. And if you compare this to how it was doing, how the stocks were doing before the pandemic, like maybe early 2020, late 2019, I think for BlackBerry, it was trading at seems like around maybe $7 ish at that time. So it's up double compared to how it was pre-pandemic. But you compare that to AMC, how it was pre-pandemic, maybe around 728. It is up a lot more than double for AMC. So I'm guessing that maybe BlackBerry could do the same thing. It could go up quite a bit from how it where it is now. And why is that? Let's take a look at the article. I saw this article online earlier today. Link is in the description below if you want to check out the full article. But these are the highlights. According to the article, Wall Street's bets community is looking for the next company whose stock is set to explode, and they seem to have settled on BlackBerry. So BlackBerry has seen its shares increase 137% year to date. Compare that to GameStop's increase of 1,472% year to date, and also AMC's year to date increase of 2,705%. So if you compare the 137% to these two for GameStop and AMC, 137%, that's like nothing. And also judging by the chatter on Wall Street bets, interest is growing. So you never know, maybe the Wall Street bets community, they're going to do the same thing to BlackBerry as they did to GameStop and AMC, just have it shoot up like crazy and then drop like crazy after that. So yeah, that's why I think BlackBerry might shoot up a lot in the short term right now. And let's see, let's take a look at the financials really quick. For revenue, as you can see for 2019, 2020, and 2021, it's been pretty stable. They did show a short drop in revenue from 2020 from 1.04 billion to 0.89 billion in 2021. That is kind of significant, but it's not terrible. Also, one thing to keep in mind, diluted EPS earnings per share. 2019 it was at 0, and then they hit negative 32 cents per share for the EPS, and then now it's going even lower to negative 1.97 cents per share. So, they're losing money and it's going down. So that's not good. But one thing that I do like is if you look at their balance sheet, the assets the assets are going down from 2019 to 2021. 2019 it was 3.93 billion. 2021 it was 2.82 billion. While it is going down, it is a lot higher than their total liabilities. Total liabilities, it's been pretty stable at let's see 1.29 billion to let's see about a high of 1.36 billion in 2020. So it's around the maybe $1.33 billion range-ish for liabilities. But you compare that to the assets are more than double the liabilities, which is pretty good in my opinion. That's a good point for BlackBerry. And let's see, cash and cash equivalents. Let's see, it was 0.92 billion back in 2019, and it has decreased to 0.74 billion. So it is lower, but it's not like terrible in my opinion. And one thing that I do like about the cash flow, if you look at the cash flow statement, You can see that back in 2020 they had a cash flow of negative 0.02 billion, and now in 2021 it is 0.04 billion. So they went from negative cash flow to positive cash flow. So that's really good right there. And also for the cash, you know how I was saying that maybe it's not that great that they did go down from 0.91 billion to 0.74 billion in cash. You never know. They could raise capital like AMC. Like AMC, they spiked up, and then AMC issued a lot of shares to the public and sold them to the public and raised a lot of cash for the company like that. So you never know. Since Blackberry, let's go back to this chart. Blackberry, it's at a pretty high price right now compared to how it was in the past. They could, if they wanted to, raise some capital by issuing some shares to the public, and if the demand is high enough, you never know, the price might stay the same or it might even go up, and they can use that cash to improve their balance sheet, so that 0.74 billion would go up a little bit, and they could pay off some of their debt and also increase the amount of assets on their balance sheet, which would be pretty good. So yeah. Anyways, my thoughts on BlackBerry. So if you're interested in stock market gambling, I would say it's a pretty good idea for gambling. But like if you're interested in investing, it's not something I would probably get for investing. I would personally go with Etsy instead. Right now, Etsy is trading at market at a share price of $170.21, and that is as of market close on June 7th, 2021. And as for me, I'm willing to gamble a tiny percentage of my portfolio on BB on June 9th, which is tomorrow, 2021, but just a small percentage of it. I'd feel much more comfortable having my money in Etsy, but the thing is, I already have a pretty big position in Etsy, and the amount of money that I would invest in BlackBerry compared to Etsy would be just very small. That's just like fun money. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. And also some final notes. If you don't know, my goal is to outperform the spider, which is kind of like the S&P 500. And if you want a link to my Google Sheets, you can get that in the description below. The Google Sheet has a list of stock recommendations that I've made, and it's compared to the performance of the spider. So you can see how I'm doing compared to the market averages if you want. And also, it's a little hard for me to make a video consistently, so if something does come up and I want to give you guys some info, just check out the discussion tab that's on the YouTube channel. Just make sure that when you go to the discussion tab, click sort by and click newest first, because for some reason, I don't know why, the newest comment does not always show up at the top. I don't know, but yeah, YouTube has to fix that. Anyway, that's it for today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.